Diary of a Wimpy Kid is a fictional book series created by author Jeff Kinney. The series follows Greg Heffley, a middle schooler who illustrates his daily life in a diary. As of May 2022, there are 16 books in the main series. There also exists an activity book titled The Do-It-Yourself Book, movie diaries focusing on the creation of the movie adaptations of several of the books, and a spin-off series titled Diary of an Awesome Friendly Kid, revolving around Greg's best friend, Raleigh Jefferson. In this video, I will be showing all 16 books in the main series individually that are currently available, and talking a little bit about the plot of each of them. This video will be mainly geared to those who are not too familiar with the series, but I know a lot of my subscribers already are fans of the books. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and let's get started. To start, we have the first book, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It was released on April 1st, 2007. It's a new school year, and Greg Heffley finds himself thrust into middle school, where undersized weaklings share the hallways with kids who are taller, meaner, and already shaving. The hazards of growing up before you're ready are uniquely revealed through words and drawings as Greg records them in his diary. In book 1 of this series, Greg is happy to have Raleigh, his sidekick, along for the ride. But when Raleigh's star starts to rise, Greg tries to use his best friend's newfound popularity to his own advantage, kicking off a chain of events that will test their friendship in hilarious fashion. Moving right along, we have Book 2, Rogic Rules, released on February 1st, 2008. Whatever you do, don't ask Greg Heffley how he spent his summer vacation, because he definitely doesn't want to talk about it. As Greg enters the new school year, he's eager to put the past 3 months behind him, and one event in particular. Unfortunately for Greg, his older brother, Roderick, knows all about the incident Greg wants to keep under wraps. But secrets have a way of getting out, especially when a diary is involved. Diary of a Wimpy Kid Rogic Rules chronicles Greg's attempts to navigate the hazards of middle school, impress the girls, steer clear of the school talent show, and most important, keep his secret safe. Next up, we have Book 3, The Last Straw, released on January 13th, 2009. Let's face it, Greg Heffley will never change his wimpy ways. Somebody just needs to explain that to Greg's father. You see, Frank Heffley actually thinks he can get his son to toughen up, and he enlists Greg in organized sports and other manly endeavors. Of course, Greg is able to easily sidestep his father's efforts to change him, but when Greg's dad threatens to send him to military academy, Greg realizes he has to shape up or get shipped out. Book 4, Dog Days, was released on October 12th, 2009. It's summer vacation, the weather's great, and all the kids are having fun outside. So where's Greg Heffley? Inside his house, playing video games, with the shades drawn. Greg, a self-confessed indoor person, is living out his ultimate summer fantasy. No responsibilities and no rules. But Greg's mom has a different vision for an ideal summer. One packed with outdoor activities and family togetherness. Whose vision will win out? Or will a new addition to the Heffley family change everything? Here we have Book 5, The Ugly Truth, released on November 9th, 2010. Greg Heffley has always been in a hurry to grow up, but is getting older really all it's cracked up to be? Greg suddenly finds himself dealing with the pressures of boy-girl parties, increased responsibilities, and even the awkward changes that come with getting older, all without his best friend Raleigh at his side. Can Greg make it through on his own, or will he have to face the ugly truth? Up next, we have Book 6, Cabin Fever, released on November 15th, 2011. Greg Heffley is in big trouble. School property has been damaged, and Greg is the prime suspect. But the crazy thing is, he's innocent. Or at least, sort of. The authorities are closing in, but when a surprise blizzard hits, the Heffley family is trapped indoors. Greg knows that when the snow melts, he's going to have to face the music. But could any punishment be worse than being stuck inside with your family for the holidays? Book 7, The Third Wheel, released on November 13th, 2012. Love is in the air, but what does that mean for Greg Heffley? A Valentine's Day dance at Greg's middle school has turned his world upside down. As Greg scrambles to find a date, he's worried he'll be left out in the cold on the big night. His best friend Raleigh doesn't have any prospects either, but that's a small consolation. An unexpected twist gives Greg a partner for the dance and leaves Raleigh the odd man out. But a lot can happen in one night, and in the end, you never know who's going to be lucky in love. Next up, we have Book 8, Hard Luck, released on November 5th, 2013. Greg Heffley's on a losing streak. His best friend Raleigh has ditched him, and finding new friends in middle school is proving to be a tough task. To change his fortunes, Greg decides to take a leap of faith and turn his decisions over to chance. Will a roll of the dice turn things around, or is Greg's life destined to be just another hard luck story? Book 9, The Long Haul, released on November 4th, 2014. A family road trip is supposed to be a lot of fun, unless, of course, you're the Heffleys. The journey starts off full of promise, then quickly takes several wrong turns. Gas station bathrooms, crazed seagulls, a fender bender, and a runaway pig. Not exactly Greg Heffley's idea of a good time, but even the worst road trip can turn into an adventure, and this is one the Heffleys won't soon forget. Here is Book 10, Old School, released on November 3rd, 2015. Life was better in the old days. Or was it? That's the question Greg Heffley is asking as his town voluntarily unplugs and goes electronics free. But modern life has its conveniences, and Greg isn't cut out for an old-fashioned world. With tension building inside and outside the Heffley home, will Greg find a way to survive, or is going old school just too hard for a kid like Greg? Up next is Book 11, Double Down, released on November 1st, 2016. The pressure is really piling up on Greg Heffley. The only thing he's good at is playing video games, but his parents want him to broaden his horizons by doing something, anything else. When Greg finds an old video camera in his basement, he thinks he may have discovered just the thing to prove he's got big-time talent. With the help of his best friend Rowley, Greg hatches a plan to make a scary movie, and to become rich and famous in the process. But is doubling down on movie making a smart plan, or is it just a recipe for doubling Greg's troubles? Book 12, The Getaway, released on November 7th, 2017. With the cold weather and the stress of the approaching holiday season, the Heffleys decide to escape to a tropical island resort for some much-needed rest and relaxation. A few days in paradise should do wonders for Greg and his frazzled family. But the Heffleys soon discover that paradise isn't everything it's cracked up to be. Sun poisoning, stomach troubles, and venomous critters all threaten to ruin the family's vacation. Can their trip be saved, or will this island getaway end in disaster? Here is Book 13, The Meltdown, released on October 30th, 2018. When snow shuts down Greg Heffley's middle school, his neighborhood transforms into a wintry battlefield. Rival groups fight over territory, build massive snow forts, and stage epic snowball fights. And in the crosshairs are Greg and his trusty best friend, Raleigh. It's a fight for survival as Greg and Raleigh navigate alliances, betrayals, and warring gangs in a neighborhood meltdown. When the snow clears, will Greg and Raleigh emerge as heroes, or will they even survive to see another day? And moving right along, we have Book 14, Wrecking Ball, released on November 5th, 2019. In Book 14, an unexpected inheritance gives Greg Heffley's family a chance to make big changes to their house. But they soon find that home improvement isn't all it's cracked up to be. Once the walls come down, all sorts of problems start to crop up. Rotten wood, toxic mold, unwelcome critters, and something even more sinister all make Greg and his family wonder if the renovations are worth the trouble. When the dust finally settles, will the Heffleys be able to stay, or will they need to get out of town? And now here is Book 15, The Deep End, released on October 27th, 2020. In Book 15, Greg Heffley and his family hit the road for a cross-country camping trip, ready for the adventure of a lifetime. But things take an unexpected turn, and they find themselves stranded at an RV park that's not exactly a summertime paradise. When the skies open up and the water starts to rise, the Heffleys wonder if they can save their vacation, or if they're already in too deep. And last but not least, we have the most recent book in the series, Book 16, Big Shot, released on October 26th, 2021. In Book 16, Greg Heffley and sports just don't mix. After a disastrous field day competition at school, Greg decides that when it comes to his athletic career, he's officially retired. But after his mom urges him to give sports one more chance, he reluctantly agrees to sign up for basketball. Tryouts are a mess, and Greg is sure he won't make the cut, but he unexpectedly lands a spot on the worst team. As Greg and his new teammates start the season, their chances of winning even a single game look slim. But in sports, anything can happen. When everything is on the line and the ball is in Greg's hands, will he rise to the occasion, or will he blow his big shot? I hope that you all enjoyed this video, and hope that whoever isn't already familiar with this book series now has an idea of what to expect from it if you decide to start reading it. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel yet, please consider doing so. I mainly focus on physical media like 4Ks, Blu-rays, and DVDs, but I do put out Wimpy Kid content from time to time. Thank you to each and every single one of you for watching and for your support, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.